right?
We'll call
It's
the
not. It's 5:03.
Park and Recreation Board the meeting to attention, and if for November 6th, if you stand, we go to the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Shannon, could you call the roll, please?
Mr. Freeze?
Here.
Mr. Lang?
Here.
Ms. Esper? Here.
You received a copy of the minutes from our last meeting of October 16th. Are there any corrections or additions that need to be made? If not, do I have a motion to accept the meeting minutes as printed?
I so move to accept the minutes as written.
No, it's second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries.
Our next item is old business updates. Jeremy?
Yes, thank you. Fairly short this evening. The senior center fencing that's going up around the boxes that are on the exterior of the facility, that fencing has been put up, and we're just working on covering the conduit at this point. And then regarding Patriot Park, there's an engineer review on the work for the upgraded electrical on Baylor Field and some of the fuses on the other field. There's some type of discrepancy in there or a pricing point that they were looking into, but they're hoping to begin that soon, and it shouldn't take them too long to complete once they begin. Now we're still waiting on word back on all the additional fields and additional work that has been brought to light, unintended, I guess. So we will, as soon as we know something there, and if there's going to be additional funding from the city council, either now or looking forward to going and getting that funding in the future, we'll have that conversation at the appropriate time.
Does it look like it'll be ready by spring?
Well, at least the one field will be. If we're going to do the other, like I said, there's not enough funding that's still remaining in what was allocated originally in the appropriation by the city council. So additional funding will be needed. So I don't know if it's something that's even going to, at this point in time of the year, going to be looked at, or if it's something we would look at come early 2020.
Is there anything else that needs to be done at Patriot Park? I know we had the fields crowned and the lines cut. I mean, it really was in good shape this year. All year I was out there quite a bit. We don't have any plans to do it. Plus we have the boxes in the dugouts now for the bats. Is there any?
Yeah, there are a ton of projects that need to happen out there. Again, it comes down to funding, but we have a task list that we're going to begin to chip away, little things that we can handle in-house to improve the facility, but anything of major dollar amounts, obviously we need to look at additional appropriations.
Those things that I wasn't sure what they were, for solar heating.
The solar panels?
Yeah, are they up?
Yeah, the only thing they were waiting on was just NIPSCO to, I guess, look it over, review them, make sure that they were functioning properly according to what NIPSCO specs are, and then they would go active and be officially turned on and operational.
Thank you. Any other questions for Jeremy? We have table business, and last meeting we tabled the 2020 annual RFP programs and contracts so that the public would have an opportunity, if they cared to look over everything that was included in this packet. So we need a motion to take it off the table, and then we can discuss it.
I so move.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries.
Are there any questions? Jeremy, did we have any comments from anybody of the public?
No comments were received in our office nor at the Zoo.
Okay, thank you. Any comments or questions from the board?
I have none.
No, neither. I thought, again, they did a great job of putting this together. It's obvious that they did some thinking about some of the programs that they offer to the public, especially the young kids. I'm real pleased to read through this. If there aren't any further questions, we have a motion to accept the 2020 annual 0 hour fee and contract as printed.
I would so move.
I will second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries.
Thank you. The new business we have before us here, the old Lighthouse Museum project, final drawing, specification, and bid documents.
And yes, Crumlish and Crumlish is here this evening. I will just make note and that this has stayed on schedule. When we originally put the schedule for this project out, this November 6th meeting was the meeting that we had all identified as, preparing or presenting the final drawing specs and bid docs to the park board. So I want to thank you all for keeping on that target, and obviously we had to have some other approvals to go along with that we were subject to. But at the end of the day, I'm really happy with how this has turned out, and hopefully the board will be too.
Any questions from?
Just looking this over, this is an amazing amount of detail and work that you went through.
Thank you. I'm Brendan Crumlish.
Sure.
Crumlish Architect.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm prepared to give you a little bit of an update. I know you've been given the drawings. I have a set of certified drawings. If everything is approved tonight, as well as an electronic copy to give to Shannon. I'll let you know that we did get the approval from the State Department of Historic Preservation and Archaeology about a month ago, but it missed the timing of your meeting, and they were accepting of it. And then since then, it's been reviewed by the Lake Michigan Coastal Grant Administrator, Sarah Nimitz. Okay. And she had a couple of minor comments which we incorporated in the drawings in about the last 10 days. She just had us change a couple of lines of our specifications to make them less proprietary and to identify the grantor on the cover of the drawing. So we've added that. And we believe the drawings are ready to go. We made maybe a couple of minor specification changes. Right now, with Shannon, we've identified 4 general contractors to invite to give quotations. How do you, or they already know?
In your packet.
So I don't know, I can tell you.
I don't think they are.
MIM Enterprises that did the work in 2017, Gary Up Construction, Gary, both of them quoted on the work a couple of years ago, MIM being a successful contractor. And then we added 2 more by invitation, Tun and Blank from here in Michigan City and Larson Danielson from the port. Both of those contractors were invited in 2017, however, they did not submit a quotation. In discussing this with Shannon, I believe that the broad scope of the work in these drawings involves more than just a specialty subcontractor like a window repair company. It will require the coordination of a general contractor of multiple trades, that may be tunnel pointing, painting, things like that. And the insurance requirements from the city of Michigan City are steep. I don't know if some small window contractors would necessarily want to step up, but they could easily do that under the umbrella of these larger general contractors. So we think that's a pretty good short list to invite. We have a pre-bid meeting set for next Tuesday morning. And I'm sure if the bids are due on the 4th.
We moved the date up.
I know it's moved.
Yes.
Yeah, it's on the 4th.
Yeah.
December 4th.
So that's the status of everything right now, and I think we're as on schedule as we could. I would say the approvals came back nicely. They didn't beat us up and make us go back to the drawing board and make a lot of changes. So here we are, we're on schedule.
And just for the board's knowledge, our RFPs, RFQs always go out on our website as well. So we do typically invite 4 or 5 contractors per project, but then we also advertise it.
That's it. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll answer questions.
And I will just add that Attorney Pichardo did review the bid specs and our specification and bid documents and did approve via email to Shannon and myself. So.
And he asked me to reaffirm that on the record. He's out of state right now, but had conducted his review and is comfortable with the documents presented to him.
Thank you. I saw that on here someplace. Any other questions, comments?
Appreciate the work you've done so far.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been,
Thank you.
been outstanding.
Enjoying it.
Very thorough. If there aren't any questions or further comments, we need a motion then to accept these final drawing specifications for the old Lighthouse Museum project
And bid documents.
and bid documents. Thank you.
I would make that motion that we approve the final drawing specifications and bid documents at this time.
I will second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Roy.
Yes, thank you.
Next item B is the EVP beach volleyball schedule. On the original sheet you had, there was a misprint for August. Instead of August 1 and July 2nd, it's August 1st and 2nd, and the copy we have to sign today has the correct dates. Other than that, everything looked to be in order. Jeremy, have any comments? I see Russ is here.
Yeah, Ross Balling here is here this evening for obviously any questions that the board may have. I will add that when this went out to the board as well, we did not have listed the youth adult leagues on Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. and that's June 2nd through August 9th. And then the youth beach volleyball Monday and Thursday leagues and training May 11th through August 6th of 2020. And that's just the leagues and the training that Ross and his program runs down at our beach. And what we also asked for the board this evening, which is the same as what it's been in the past, is for the leagues and the training that I just mentioned, parking fees would be waived for those participants. Those are signed up and registered to participate in the program. So, and Ross coordinates that accordingly with us. But that would be something that would need to be added to the original information and document that you received this evening. And again, that is the same as we have done in years past that the board has approved and allowed. The tournaments that are listed, the list of tournaments, parking fees are not, waived for those, events. So we would be able to generate parking revenue based off of these events. But Ross has been a great partner for the Michigan City Park Department for many years. His program is expanding and doing some very good things. And I know last year you came to us, Ross, with the first ever beach volleyball scholarship recipient, I believe, that was awarded a beach volleyball collegiate beach volleyball scholarship. So that's good things that are happening in Michigan City, right on our lakefront down in Washington Park. So I don't know, Ross, if you have anything to add this evening, or
I guess on a good note, we're hitting our 20th year of partnership. I started doing events here in 1999, so time flies. And I just wanted to thank everybody from the maintenance department that keeps the beach clean all the way through administration for allowing us to continue our progress. We have a lot of work to do in terms of getting Michigan City residents to play, and that's always an ongoing process. We were very lucky this past year to have 2 people work for us, actually 3 people from Michigan City work for us. So we've seen some activity from the employment side, but from the playing side, we're still developing people to come out and play. So we're hoping, with another year ahead, we can continue to get more Michigan City people out there. It's a great sport, and it is an NCAA Division I scholarship sport at 80 colleges, and we had our first athlete all the way from St. John, Indiana, who came here for training, an hour drive like twice a week, and she got a full ride to University of Florida. So, we're pretty excited about the next year, and we appreciate all the help.
Any comments or questions for Ross?
No, I think fantastic job. Just looking at everything that you've got going here, wow, that's a busy schedule. But that brings people in and,
Like I said, unfortunately, about 90% of our weekend athletes are from the tri-state area. We'd love to see more 46360 athletes. It is getting better. And, anything we can do on our side to give out scholarships. We've given out many scholarships to local athletes, so there's really no entry fee. It's subsidized by our tournaments. Our tournaments obviously are the bread and butter of the program. So our camps and classes that's where we see most of the local athletes. And 90% of the athletes in the program are under 21.
Ross, do you think that perhaps, LaPorte County especially has a lot of club volleyball? With that, I don't know what their rules are. Would that prohibit them from?
We work with Dunes very well. Yeah,
Okay.
we have about, I would say 25 clubs that are partners of ours, and we give them a reduction in entry fee for bringing athletes, and Rick Rasky is one of those. Adam and his daughter work with us pretty close. And we don't feel like we're competition at all because, they're off during that period. So clubs love it because it keeps their kids active. But I'm still talking about Michigan City residents. As much as I want to have more LaPorte County, any ideas you guys have, with the principals of the schools and those type of connections, we'd love to see more kids participate, obviously. But yeah, we work with anybody.
Thank you. Any public comments? If not, do we entertain a motion here to approve the EVP Beach Volleyball 2020 schedule?
I so move that we accept the volleyball schedule for 2020 for EVP beach volleyball.
I would second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Next, we have Salvation Army requests. Jeremy?
Yes, this year the Salvation Army is requesting to place 2 red kettles at the entrance of Washington Park during our Parade of Lights, or when we turn them on Saturday for our holiday lights, Saturday, December 7th, along with 2 bell ringers from 4 to 8 p.m. This obviously is a crucial part of their campaign and fundraising efforts that serve hundreds of local families with toys and food during the holidays, but also helps them with programs and services throughout the year. I will, just for your information, when we used to do our Festival of Lights with the chili cook-off or open up the senior center for hot chocolate and cookies, things of that nature, as a part of this, the Salvation Army was a partner with us annually, and we worked with them on a donation or a food drive, can drive, things of that nature. So they've been a very good partner of ours in the past. Not only helping us bring people down into the park, but obviously with our events helping them and their mission as well. So something they wanted to look at doing this year, see how it goes, and we could, obviously reconsider each and every year from here forth if they so choose to bring it back in front of us. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions that the board may have.
Reading through this, one of the things that I remember when you have the opening of the Festival of Lights, there's a fantastic amount of traffic that comes through. Now, these kettles are going to be placed with bell ringers at the entrance. Is that going to impede traffic? I mean, I think it's a noble thing to do, and it can get them some money, which is great, because it's obviously something that's very necessary. But if they're there, is that going to cause people to stop put in a donation, drive on, and the next person stop, put in a
Yeah,
donation?
I guess if the.
Or is that not a word?
Sure, yeah, no, I think the best way to think about this conceptually is, just like when we have our parking staff down there for the summer, either waving people through or stopping them in
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
So
that's,
it'd be very similar to that.
Okay.
Obviously, people have the right to
Yeah.
either donate or not,
Sure.
or to go through, but usually people are driving very slow, so I don't see that as being an issue, but we can add, we have the lighting, the lights on the, we just need to make sure those are on and work, because we'll probably light it up, not just with the Christmas lights, but the spotlights. We have at the front at the gate there, just make sure those are on, just so that way people they're seeing, we'll make sure they have, probably make sure they wear like reflective vests and things of that nature from a safety standpoint. But I don't see it being a problem as far as impeding traffic or slowing it down.
okay,
People
yeah.
are, I've tried to come through there at times and they go a little too slow. So, when the lights are on. So, but, nevertheless, safety first, and we want to make sure that's relayed to the Salvation Army and their staff, or their volunteers.
Okay, appreciate the explanation.
Well, the firemen have their boot day, and that runs smoothly.
Yeah, that's true.
And a good point, they do move slow. But they want to enjoy the lights, you
Absolutely.
can't see them on both sides by driving like you do. Salvation Army is a great organization. I
Absolutely.
can't say enough about them. And the help that they give locally, and all over. They do a tremendous job. Are there any comments from the public? If not, do we have a motion from the board here to allow the Salvation Army to set up their red kettles December 7th from, what was that time?
4 to 8.
4 to 8, when we open up for the showing of the lights.
I would make that motion.
I will be happy to second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. Speaking of the Michigan City Fire Department, we have a request here from Christopher Finesse from the Fire Department about the Hoosier Burn Camp for kids, and this is another great thing that the service workers in Michigan City do for kids.
Yes, absolutely, and this is here, once again, they are looking to host here in Michigan City and specifically in Washington Park. It usually happens every 2 years, and again, Michigan City was chosen as their location. So this would be on the weekend of August 8th of 2020. Additionally, with their request, they are asking that the participant fees, or the waive the entrance fees for the participants, the shelter rental waiver of fees, as well as admission to the zoo. And they did put splash pad on here, but we are free for the splash park. Started that this past year, so that would not need to have a fee waiver to it. So specifically, the entry, the shelter rental, the tennis shelter, and the admission to the zoo. And this does appear as if it's a lot. They're looking at 150 to 200 people. So this would appear as if it's a lot of fees that we are waiving, or a large amount. Now I don't know how many is going to end up showing up or things like that to put a number to it. But not just that they're doing it for the kids, but what the Michigan City Fire Department does and provides for the Michigan City Park Department annually at all the events, on the weekends, helping and assisting the lifeguards, doing training. We get that back and then some from their services to the Park Department. So with that being said, I would highly recommend the board approving this request and the waiver of fees for the Hoosier Burn Camp 2020. And I'd be happy to answer any questions the board has.
I noticed on the, excuse me, the memo here that they were going to give them something to identify themselves as part of the Hoosier Burn Camp, so it's just not every car going through the gate. They would be identified. Same thing with the zoo and the Oasis. Again, it's a wonderful thing. A couple of years ago, there was a great write-up about this.
Yeah, and if I failed to mention, the board did approve this, basically the same request 2 years ago, when they came in front of you.
I think this is an excellent idea. I just have one question, just for my own. I was looking at this date of August the 8th, And that Saturday, August 8th, is also the Michigan City Beach Championships. Is there any conflict having both of those going on down at Washington Park?
No, they're in separate areas of the
Okay,
park.
that's
So
solid.
we'll be easily be able to contain and house both events.
Gotcha.
Any other comments or questions? Comments from the public? If not, we have a motion here to allow the Hoosier Bird Camp for kids to take place here in Michigan City on the dates mentioned and the time mentioned, 8 a.m. to 10 on August 8th.
I would like to make a motion that we accept this, the Hoosier Burn Camp for Kids, August the 8th, 2020.
Would that be including waiving the,
That would
do we need a
include,
separate motion?
that would
for
include also waiving the fees, as indicated in their request.
I would second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Another request we get, and this is well written, by the way. This is a major event license agreement for 2020 jamming with Save the Dunes. Jeremy?
Yes, and Natalie Johnson is here this evening, Executive Director of Save the Dunes. And first and foremost, I want to thank you for your hard work and dedication, everything you've done in the past, and I know we'll continue to do in the future, and your efforts, not just for Michigan City, but the entire region. The event this year will take place on June 6, 2020, and I just will remind the board that at a previous meeting you did approve the date, and kind of holding that date for them, and then so now we're back running with the agreement itself and all that pertains to the agreement. In the memo that was attached, Natalie did a wonderful job of explaining what they've done in the past and what they will continue to do and provide for the Michigan City, not just Michigan City Park Department, but the residents along Sheridan Beach and the Esplanade moving forward into the future. So Natalie, please at any point in time cut me off and take this over because you know a lot better the specifics than I do. But I will say that they're looking at approximate value in 2020 of $6,260 that they will provide the department. With this agreement, what Save the Dunes is requesting or asking is the park department waive a fee of $2,895 for specific to their one-day event. So we are getting and receiving and potentially receiving way more in value from them and their organization than what we're allowing them to do at one day. And that's just for the event itself. We're still going to be, they're not asking for a waiver of parking fees. So they're expecting over 1,000 people again this year at the event. Hopefully weather is better throughout the course of the day. But we'll see continuous, revenue or at the entry gate for this event, people coming to, because a lot of people are not necessarily Michigan City residents or have park stickers. So I'm fully in favor of this event and approval of it as presented. But at this time, Natalie, if you have anything you'd like to address to the board?
I was just going to say, I'm Natalie Johnson, Executive Director of Save the Dunes. Our organization's been around for 67 years, protecting, preserving the Indiana Dunes, based right here in Michigan City. And this is going to be our 10th year for Jamming with Save the Dunes. And we've been holding it for those past 9 years at Washington Park. We get people coming in from Chicago. We've had people in from Kentucky. Wild places, really, but all coming back. And that first weekend in June has really just become this big date of everyone coming to celebrate the dunes. And for us, it's a huge fundraiser. We end up netting about $50,000 to $60,000, and that is huge for the survival of our organization. So really and truly, I cannot thank all of you enough for all the support that you provided us. Love working with Michigan City staff. I mean, it's just fantastic. And I'm just grateful for the consideration that you're giving our event for 2020, and happy to answer any questions.
Any questions from Natalie?
I have no questions. I just know the amazing work that you've done over the years, and it's just fantastic what you've done and what you will continue doing, so I'm all for it.
Any other questions?
I was just wondering what, she said Kentucky. What kind of dunes do they have in Kentucky?
Well, people move away, always come back here.
I think talking about the hills where the.
That's it, it's the hills.
It is the hills, right?
Right.
They use it for a different purpose.
You're an amazing organization.
I will pass that along to our staff, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, again, that's, if you just round off the numbers, that's about $3,400 for Michigan City. I really liked your schematic here about how you have things set up. By far, the best one we've ever received.
Whew, we've been working at
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's really neat.
It is good.
Can I also say from a legal standpoint, you're not just an organization that talks the talk, you walk the walk. I remember working with Charlotte Reed and Herb Reed, and what that organization has accomplished is just remarkable. And,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
the board feels that way. I want to say from a legal standpoint, we really respect what you've done over the years.
Excellent.
Yeah, great work. Any other comments? Well, you are the public, unless
It was really fun to be the public.
Andre's got a question. Do we have a motion to accept the Department of Park and Recreation jamming with Save the Dunes license agreement for next year, 2020?
I would echo the comments of everyone else. We truly value your partnership, and I would happily move that we approve for the license agreement with Jamming with Save the Dunes for the 2020 event.
I would be happy to second that motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you all so much.
Keep up the great work. That's fantastic.
Please. Hope to see you there. You can see the schematic is right on.
Bring my map with me. We have another request, this time from the Washington Park Zoo for the 2020 5K Run Walk event to be held on Sunday, July 12 of 2020. Jeremy, you have any comments on this?
Yeah, this is simply the Washington Park Zoological Society requesting a waiver of the rental fee for the tennis shelter, where they kind of house their 5K event out of. And again, all proceeds for this run, at the end of the day, go back into our Washington Park Zoo through the Zoological Society. So another great partner of ours, and would definitely recommend approval this evening.
I noticed also there's free parking, but only for the participants.
Sorry, yes, thank you for bringing that up.
I was a little confused with the weekly note.
That's on maintenance for
Okay.
internal
That's what I figured.
administrative note there. So this was just a copy of the rental agreement that Mr. Stimley signed on behalf of the Zoological Society.
Any other comments? Again, this is a great thing. It really helps our zoo out.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd like to thank Johnny Stimley. He does a yeoman's job working for and with the zoo. If there aren't any further questions, then do we have a motion for the 2020 Washington Park rental agreement for the 5K Zoo Run Walk?
I so move that we accept the request here for the 5K Zoo Run / walk that will be held Sunday, July the 12th, 7 a.m. And they'll be off and running.
And I would second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Item G is the, third quarter report for 2019, July 1, 2019 through September 30, 2019. Normally, what we do on something like this is we table this to give, the board a chance to look through it and also any public that care to look at it. Do you have any comment? I know we just got this, but do you have any comments before we table this?
Once again, it's just as thorough as can be.
It's amazing.
But I understand you want to table that just to give people the opportunity, and I think that's just what we have done before.
Right.
Do we need a motion to do
Yes,
that?
we do.
I would so move that we table this until our next meeting, just to give people an opportunity to look at it if they are so interested.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
We have resolutions here. We have 902, 903, 904, 905. I will read the paragraphs at the top for just the first one, because after that they're all alike except for the fund they're coming out of. And this is Resolution 902. Whereas the superintendent of the Department of Parks and Recreation has reported that certain transfers of funds are necessary within the budget of the Michigan City Department of Parks and Recreation because of unanticipated expenses from various accounts, which accounts do not have sufficient funds available for disbursement for said expenses. And whereas there are funds available for said purposes in various other accounts which are not expected to be paid from said accounts during the remainder of the budget year. And whereas the Michigan City Park and Recreation Board has determined that said expenses are necessary and that an account transfer should be made in order to meet said expenses. Now therefore be it resolved that the following transfers be made from following named accounts to the following named accounts for the purpose stated therein. The first one we have is decreased fund 2056.505, park maintenance. We're going to decrease seasonal wages $50,000 and increase the same fund, park maintenance, line 2056.505, contractual $50,000. Have a motion for that?
I so move that we accept resolution number 902.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries.
903, decrease funds 2056.504, zoo fund. We're going to decrease sick buyback 1,000 and sick buyback $1,440. That's big numbers, yeah. And we're going to increase zoo fund contractual $1,000 and zoo food $1,440. A motion to accept resolution 903.
I so move that we accept resolution number 903.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
904, decrease funds 2053.000, concession fund, small tools, decrease $585 and no cents. Increase fund 2553.000, concession fund contractual, $585 and no cents.
I will again move that we accept resolution number 904.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
And our last one for today is resolution 905. Decrease fund 2056.503, recreation fund, and decrease seasonal wages in that fund by $2,000. Increase fund 2056.503, the recreation fund, clothing and safety, $2,000. A motion to approve that.
I will again move that we accept resolution number 905.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item 7, report of officers. Jeremy, superintendent report.
Thank you. I'm happy to report this evening that the stumps along Lakeshore Drive were all grinded out this morning.
All right.
A few extra days than what we initially anticipated, but NIPSCO was out this morning and did take care of those, so we want to thank them for that. And also thank our city forester, Jessica Arnett, for her due diligence in working with NIPSCO to assist us in that process. Our park maintenance staff is beginning to work on our Festival of Lights. If you'll see them out, they're stringing trees and putting up displays as best they can. We're have some soft ground out there, so we're trying to wait on some of our bigger displays as long as we possibly can, so we don't tear up the grounds too bad. But hopefully the community will come out and enjoy Festival of Lights, and that will be on December 7th, beginning at 4 p.m. Again, with our park maintenance staff, we're doing a lot of work right now trying to winterize our different facilities, our irrigation, things of that nature, as well as trying to couple that with some fall cleanup. Washington Park took a pretty good beating last week with the storm. that rolled in and the surge that rolled in. So I'm doing a lot of cleanup, but they're doing a very good job. We're down basically to 1 or 2 seasonals left with the department right now. So we're very, very minimal staff, so we're doing the best that we possibly can. We are looking at getting some assistance for some other city departments and some of the things that we do, which is something that historically we have done, and the other city departments have lent a helping hand. So I want to thank all of them for that as well, well in advance, because we're going to need some of their help. And surprisingly enough, the golf course does remain open, and we will keep it open as long as the weather allows, because we enjoy people paying to play golf. So I know the weather outlook isn't too good coming up here, but as long as we can, we will remain open at the Michigan City Golf Course as well. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the winners in last night's election here in Michigan City, and look forward to working with all of those involved. And on my unfortunate last bit of information is the theft of the plaque at North Point Pavilion.
I noticed the other day that
no.
It's gone.
You're
So
kidding.
we have filed a police report,
my
and going to be working on that, turning in. There's a new ordinance that's been put in place by the Michigan City Common Council that we have to report all theft through the controller's office, that then is reported to the city council. So we'll be following up on that paperwork as well. Once I have the police report and we get all the information and everything written up, I'll also be turned into our insurance company as well. So very unfortunate news, but did show up to the park. What was it, Monday morning? Monday morning, we were down there for doing a site visit type of work, and ran into the plaque missing. So
Yeah, I noticed that it was gone when we walked by there, but I thought that maybe there was some kind of repair work or
Yeah.
something that was done on it, and
Well, that's
never
what I-
gave it any thought that somebody...
That's what I did at first. I contacted our maintenance supervisor, and I was like, something with the plaque, or did you guys take it, remove it for a certain reason? Said no.
It's gone.
Unfortunately, it has been stolen. So very, very troubling. But so like I said, we will be following up the proper protocols and procedures with that and reporting it as needed. So we'll be happy to answer any questions the board may have.
Just a question on the December 7th Parade of Lights. Do we send out, it's probably not needed, do we send out any notices to newspapers, radios, I mean like South Bend Trib, Herald, Hammond Times?
Yeah, we usually put out press releases on it, as well as posting it on our website and through our social media platforms that we have here. So we will do the same thing as we always do, and then that will go through the first weekend of January, and they will be on. We usually turn them off at midnight, though. I think it is, right? We got them on timer, so they'll go from like 4 p.m. to midnight daily, beginning December 7th.
Yeah.
Well, it's dark now, 4 p.m.,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
great.
yeah, unfortunately, it's dark. Yeah.
Almost like 3:30.
I'm not bitter about it or anything.
Any other questions for Jeremy? Thank you for your report. Planning Commission liaison, Mr. Latchford is out of town today. Port Authority went to the meeting Monday, but they didn't have enough people, so it was canceled. What you read in the paper, they just have to meet to vote to pay some bills. So our next report will be in 2 weeks. Zoo liaison, Mr. Lang.
No report. They do not meet until next Tuesday, so I will have a report for the next meeting.
Attorney's report.
We're good. Our review was on the contracts presented to us, including the license agreement, along with the museum project, and so we were, those reviews went fine, and so that's the update at this point.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any directors, Shannon?
There are none.
Department of Finance, Mr. Lang, you're up again.
All righty. Michigan City Park Department claims docket for November the 6th, 2019. Municipal, $50,866.31. Zoo endowment, $4,561. This is total claims of $55,427.31. And I move that we accept this claims docket and make that payment.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries.
Payroll number 21, this is pay date of 10/5/19. This includes pay from September the 22nd of 2019 to October the 5th of 2019. And the total payroll is $56,304.46. And I move that we make this payroll.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Payroll number 22, 2019. This is pay date of October the 25th. This is for the date of October the 6th, 2019 to October the 19th, 2019. Total payroll is $54,800.97, and I move that we make this payroll, payroll number 22.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries.
Under gifts and donations, Unity Foundation of LaPorte County water bottle filling station, $3,000 donation. Members Advantage Credit Union miscellaneous zoo donation of $50. More Investments Incorporated miscellaneous zoo donation of $400. I move that we accept these gifts and donations.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Under minor transfers, a decrease from Fund 2056.505, Maintenance and Water, $3,160. Increase in Fund 2056.505, Maintenance Telephone, $1,000. Increase in Fund 2056.505, line item 435, maintenance sewage, $2,160. And again, this is just indicating that we are moving things. We are not increasing or decreasing any amount of pay. We're simply moving these from one fund to another, in case anyone has a question on that. But I move that we accept these minor transfers.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries.
Also here, a decrease in Fund 2053.429, concessions miscellaneous. Increase in Fund 2053. On here, this is line item 001, concessions other supplies, $1,400. And I'll go through these last couple also, and we can vote on all those together. Decrease Fund 2062, .439, golf membership / dues, $850. Decrease in Fund 2062, line item 433, golf printing / contractual, $100. And increase in Fund 2062, line item 432.030, golf travel, $950. A decrease in Fund 2062.411, golf overtime, $14. Increase in Fund 2062.431.017, golf vacation bonus, $14. I move that we accept these minor transfers also.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries.
Under Zoo Endowment, invoices totaling $4,561 paid to Amish Structures LLC, wooden shed for owls, $4,561. And again, I move that we accept this Zoo Endowment with this total of $4,561.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Under Board of Works, invoices totaling $25,692 were paid at the Board of Works meeting on November the 4th, 2019 to Lakeshore Ford, Zoo Van, $25,692. J&B West Roofing and Construction Memorial Hall Roof, $30,000. I move that we accept these totals from the Board of Works.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And under credit card charges, there are none.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we have some public. Judy, do you have any comments from the public?
No, this is my first meeting of the board.
We noticed you
Welcome.
did. Go on. Comments from the board. Christina?
I have none.
Kent?
I have none.
Yeah, I'd just like to echo Jeremy's congratulations to all the winners yesterday in the voting for the different offices in Michigan City. Look forward to working with them. If there are any further, have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Oh.